Pounders. Welcome back. A little Friday night Husky 2 if you guys want to jump in with us. The $40 entry, 3 out of 12 advanced, 2 out of 8, 1 out of 6, 117 team final, 50K to first. Beautiful contest. We had the preseason games going on today. Just a little bit of hype. Just a little bit of hype for Travion Henderson. He looks great, man. He looks fast. I thought my phone was on like 1.5x speed. Wasn't the case. Dude's fast. It's crazy. He's probably moonshotting tonight, and I heard in the Discord he was going at like the 3-4 turn. We might have to chill, but let's put him in a spot here. He's gonna go up. He's gonna go up. He's at 58.6, and he's gonna land where? Like in this Chuba range, if I had to guess, right ahead of Chuba. I would draft him over Chuba. I also have a big bet on just like Rico Dowdle eating into Chuba's workload a little bit this year, enough to hurt him in this range. So I do have Chuba as like a dead zone back, and no one really talks about dead zone backs anymore, but that's sort of where I'm seeing Chuba right now. James Cook been actually adding to this with him falling. So we're up to 4.4 right now. But yeah, it's interesting. In this range, I really like attacking some of the receivers. Even K-Walk, like if I take K-Walk, then I'm less, I'm not able to grab sharps, right? In those middle rounds. So just the way I'm drafting teams, I give myself more outs by like not drafting a Chuba and just going his RB2 in that offense that goes at pick 180. So some of it's just how I like to build my teams. We're waiting on 2. If you guys want to jump in this with us, absolutely crazy. Shedeur Sanders with 2 tutties tonight. Little unpolished, I would say, if we're being nice. But I think he went out there and he didn't do a terrible job. So it's going to be interesting. 14 of 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's doing a pretty good job. He's doing a pretty good job with a bunch of dust, right? Like, let's be honest. The receivers that are out there are dusty. What's up, baby? Lane in the house. What's up, guys? If you guys enjoy the content, you guys just join. Go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be drafting for the rest of the summer, and we're going to go pretty heavy. We have about 57 BBMs. We have this Husky, which we have, I think, 6 drafts left. And we've been kind of quietly behind the scenes drafting these Huskies off stream. Let's give a little peek into some of these. Here's like a modified 0 RB, modified anchor RB with like James Conner, Aaron Jones, Tracy, Charbonnet, Najee at 177, like twist my arm, like maybe his eye opens up. Who knows? But also getting Ford at 184. We're expecting at least some early season value from Ford. Quinshon Judkins, like I've seen some of the lawyers on Twitter talk about the case, seen Hayden give his bit, and I do think it's more likely than not he ends up with 6 games. But there's the threat that he just misses like the entire season. I saw something like withdrew his right for a quick and speedy trial, which might be beneficial. So we'll just see what ends up happening with Quinshon. I still like adding him on the right teams and in the right contest. So in a contest like the Husky, I'm not as likely to add him just because a lot of these teams that are being created right now have him at this price, have him falling. But in BBM, he's being drafted for a good portion, not a super large, but like 20, 30% of the contest in the 70s. So I do think it's a little more fun to add him as like an RB5, RB6, where, yeah, maybe you miss 6 games, but that's fine. So some different different micro strategies, macro strategies there with Judkins. It's going to be interesting though. It's going to be interesting. And I don't want to be too like week 1 pilled, but also in the right contest, like BBM, it's 2 out of 12 advance. If you're taking a 0 for 6 weeks, it doesn't matter as much when he's in the 150s, falling to 160s, 170s in some rooms. I think I saw someone in the Discord got him at pick like 200. So like RB6, or if it's a 2772, like RB7, like yeah, I'll have some there. I think it's worth the risk. Oh my God, it happened. It happened. It happened. Let's go, man. We've been waiting on this. So many 2 spots. This year. And like, I had a 2 spot right after the Chase preseason game. And like, you have never felt so hopeless before with the little red note that said like Jamar Chase 70 yards on 2 drives and a touchdown. You've never felt so hopeless that he is not going to go like Bijan 101. Oh man, 7%. We need to go on a little heater here to end August. Please. Please. All right, UD. You're going to make me join on my phone to see the clock, huh? Aren't you? All right, now it has started. I don't know why. It's about 20 seconds off the clock versus what it's saying on computer. So we have the new draft board. We have the new big board here. And my only complaint is like this dynasty jargon that we got going on. I love that it shows the clock, although when Underdog's delayed, it doesn't help much. But pictures are whatever. It's maybe just a little tad busy, but like the dynasty jargon with like the 3, I got him at the 3-7. Doesn't really matter unless you're doing like rookie drafts, in my opinion, for it to like transfer over and make sense. So I don't know who they're trying to appeal to, because dynasty is also a niche part of fantasy football. Like, you think of people coming over from redraft, you think they care about like what the freaking 1-9 is, who's going at the 4-4. Like, they don't even know what that means. So I don't know. I think they should just switch that back to pick number, and we're cooking. Let's see. Zoom in one or stay zoomed out. Zoom in one looks pretty good. That'll give you guys a nice big old view. And maybe I can change this on my end. Let me see if I can do something like that. Is it going to let me save? I'll do it off stream. Looks good. When Mason Dodd had the flock community taking him at the 6-7 turn, toast to Mason for his donos. Oh God. Oh man. I like the gamble on Quinshon. Yeah, it takes the right team. If you have a 0 RB team, I think it's actually a little tougher because you're not going to be getting points for a certain amount of weeks. Hendo started going at the 4-5 turn right after the return. First touch, electric. Absolute electric. Can I talk about your 30% Jefferson? Did the same thing last year, but at this point it's getting crazy. I'm assuming you're talking about Justin Jefferson. I have an absolute bag that I had to chill once he got hurt because this was up to like 17%. So I'm ahead on my shares, so I will gladly catch up on Bijan, Lamb, Barkley. But yeah, without that injury, was it a hammy? Like, I would have felt so good. I would have felt so good about it. But 30%, let me try to talk you off it. Can the players in this range around Justin Jefferson score more points than him on a single game slate? Do the players have the same ceiling as him? Do players around him have a higher ceiling? Like, you got to start thinking about, like, in the realm of possibilities, you're assuming a lot of risk by going 30% one player in the first round when there is equal talent. Yeah, it's going to probably be at RB, unless you're choosing between Jefferson and Lamb. This is an interesting spot. We have Tyreek Hill falling a little bit. We have 11 seconds, so we're chilling. I kind of want to just bring up Josh Allen here. Let's do this. This is the Husky. So people didn't have the Hampton price down here. They weren't really able to get Hampton at 48 since this contest is opened. Let's do this. All the RBs went off the board. We're going to start Chase, Josh Allen, and Hampton. We don't have to worry about trying to get Burrow at 72. It's probably not going to happen anyways. We get away from the chalk with either T. Higgins or McBride or Marvin Harrison. We get away from that chalk. Where did Chase Brown freaking go? That's my question. Dude, Chase Brown went at pick 16. Okay. So I don't know if they added this back from the other day or if this was always here, but I do appreciate that they have the pick number. I do appreciate that. I think they should switch, like, what number's the biggest. But very nice. No, it's Underdog's making some improvements to their UI, trying to make it look clean, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Lamar goes at 32. Wow, look at the Daniels. Daniels pull up to 27. That's an interesting one because he probably has fallen a couple times. I would say maybe more than a couple to this range in the fourth round. So pick 27. I don't know if I love that reach up. But shout out to some of the fellas that are drafting with us. Stars, I know, is in the house. King of Kings. Shout out to Frank, sharp drafter. So it'll be fun to see what he cooks up. And here we go. We see a Chase Brown at pick 16. If you guys snuck in here with us, let me know where you're drafting from, and I'll shout out the squad. But stars with BTJ, Amon-Ra at, oh my God, Amon-Ra. AJ Brown at 18, James Cook at 31. King of Kings, HN, Chase Brown, and Garrett Wilson. This will be an interesting room. It looks like we got some good amount of red badges in here. This dude goes double RB plus Trey McBride. You may as well just log out. Ford is a smash. He seems like a really good early season click right now. Like, Ford is in the 180s. Like, when he falls 25 picks, like, shit, even better. But eliminator, maybe an eliminator ass pick. We'll see. Samson received way too much steam. I agree with that one. Could be a season-long value. I've been trying to sneakily add to my Ford shares. Like, this was 0, up until the Quinshawn news. We already had hundreds of drafts. Let's see Samson. I'm pretty low, 2.2. It would be nice to get a little Cleveland piece for the bring back week 16 here as well. So interesting start for us. Tet goes off at 43. Tet making a couple plays today. I do like the JMO click there. Dev Smith. This has to go receiver. I would have loved Terry at 48, not going to lie. I do think he lands with Washington. He goes Hurts. Beautiful. In a contest like this, is it worth going Rice? Yeah, I think it is. Let's freaking do it. Let's push his ADP one spot. All right, we're going DJ Moore at 48, and we're going Rice at 49. I think I was starting to fall a little behind on Rice, 10.2, but I'll pull up our average on him on Best Ball Overlay. Let me sign in real quick. Let's add our newest CSV, which has like another 15 drafts on it. Not clicking a ton of Rice unless he falls. I love him, especially in BBM. When he gets to this left side of the board, when he falls to 46, 45, 47, like, I think it's an insta click, because for a certain period of time, people were drafting him at 22, 23, 24, even in this in the third round more commonly. But he got some major steam before the suspension talk. All right, let's have a peek here. Let's see our Rice shares. Rice, 32 teams, 10.2% exposure. Average pick on him is pick 30. And his ADP is 40. But we did not chase him up the board, which I feel good about. We got all our shares within the first like 2-3 weeks of BBM opening, and then we chilled. But yeah, like I pick 48, 49. Like let's play ball. Let's play ball. Opens up a nice little quarterback stack. Okay, so I don't think they had it at first and then they added it back, right? It's definitely a good move. Do you think people are taking fewer, bigger stands or moving on to more flatter exposures? This really depends on this. And this depends on how many drafts you're doing, right? Like if I'm only doing 10 to 100 drafts, I'm going and getting my guys. I don't give AF. But if I'm doing 600, 700, like 300 plus, like I'm going to draft a little more balanced just by nature, right? And I know I don't have this start, so I don't even need to use the overlay on this one. When I'm going chase and I bring up Hampton and I bring up Josh Allen, I know this is going to be a unique start for us. But what we can do is just look at Chase and then go ahead and see stuff like this. Like I have zero Chase. I had zero Chase Kamara teams. That is something that is just extremely, extremely interesting because we're 13% on Kamara. You just find these weird holes in your portfolio with the combo tool out using bestballoverlay.com. And there's no better time than now to sign up in August when you're trying to make a split decision, making a coin flip decision. And maybe you have two players and you have them tiered similarly. Oh God, in a similar range. Oh dear. Maybe after the next beer, we'll be able to get that one down. In a similar range, like coin flip decision, you could just side on you not having that combo or you being like here we got 27% JMO, not too high. If it's like in the 40 range, it's like, okay, all right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Especially if it's not correlated. Right here, 45.5% digs. That number might be going up. I like Judy here. Addison and Rice on the same team is difficult. I will say Addison and Rice on the same team is difficult. We're going to go Judy, and I think we're going to bring in Caleb Johnson. Back-to-back rooks. I want to see where Burrow ended up going in this room because it's... Dude, where the hell did Burrow get drafted? He's not on the board. Where did he just like disappear? We're gonna go We're gonna go falling Caleb Johnson. We got both rookies here. O'Marion Hampton, Caleb Johnson. Where the hell? Stars, bro. Stars. We gotta talk. Oh, here we go. I found it. I found it in the chat. Cued the wrong guy. I was like, we gotta talk, bro. Drafting Burrow in his like at his January price is crazy work. Crazy, crazy work. Wonder when the Rice suspension news will drop. We're most likely going to look at like 3 games this year. If it's 3 games for Rice, 4 games, this is a great price in my opinion. This is a great price. But you have to know, like, it's going to be a lot harder to advance a team with, like, Rice and Addison if you're expecting both to miss the first 3 games plus of the season. It's going to hurt the advance rates just a tad there. So something to be aware of. How do we pad that early season? Does the overlay have any game log data related to a player combo spike weeks or correlation? No, because I don't think it's relevant. Like, trying to guess what's going to happen this year in specific games and or season, like, we can use years past data, but like, every team's changed. Every single team. So I don't love sim related things for season long football. Sims need data, and even after the first week, at least you have a data point to go off of that's relevant. Okay, so Mahomes goes off at 84, so we're not going to be tempted with a falling Mahomes. I'm guessing this is the worthy side of the board. It is, but it's not the worthy team. He brings up Kelsey to 85. Burrow retired. That'd be crazy. Royals. Yeah, Royals would be interesting. He's made a few plays in camp. We'll see. Even Rice, his rookie year, Rice had a touchdown the first game, his first NFL game, and they still brought him along slowly. So I'm a little more cautious with KC and their rookies, especially if you're hoping that he's going to pad Rice early season. I would just caution. I would just throw a little caution there because they're very slow with their rookies, even talented ones. Yeah, 4 most likely for Rice. Like, if he gets 5 or 6 pleas down, or appeals down rather. I love Addison too. I love Addison in this range, but when I have Rice, I just gotta kind of close my eyes and just pass him to the next team. Tracy goes at 92. I've been catching up on Tracy. Lately, behind the scenes. B-Rob is someone that I just try to ignore that he's there, to be honest. I just full on close my eyes and just pretend he's not there. I do think there are just better clicks in this range. If you absolutely need an RB, he goes Pittman. I love Kyler here. I love Mark Andrews here, but we have Josh Allen. A lot of the RBs went off. This could be like a Dobbins click here. That could put us on a decent trajectory. If we go receiver here, we're just not going to love it. It's going to be like Shaheed or Bateman. So I think we go Dobbins here, which also does not feel amazing. KC, Cleveland. All right, let's save a roster spot. Let's double tap tight end. We're done at tight end. Ingram and Andrews. We have the week 17 Rice, Ingram mini. Let's do that. We'll save a roster spot. We bring up both tight ends. Andrews is my highest drafted tight end. He's in my top 3 overall highest drafted players at 22.5%. 22.5. I was showing this off the other day. And this is my average I drafted a player versus where they go now. And this is the second round with Achan. My average I've gotten on him is 16.6% or 16.6. He's at 13.4. We're over a little bit on BTJ, just a little bit. We're under on London because I don't mind bringing him up to the 12, 13 spot. Over on Henry, over on AJ Brown, over on Ladd, Over on JT, Brock Bowers, I just don't have a ton of. And I think mixing him in with Neighbors brings his average down for me. But it's funny how many players, like over on Bucky Irving, 23.6. Over on Tyreek Hill, 26.9. Just kind of consistently beating ADP. Chase Brown at 29.3. He's at 23 now. 27 for Jacobs. It's very interesting that like I am a spoon when it comes to the first couple rounds, but also being able to get different because I know my combination percents is wildly helpful. Wildly helpful. Drake may look good on the first drive, we'll say. And Kyle Williams, he had a touchdown on that slant. That Dobbs throw is disgustingly bad. So far behind him. And again, like they're cooking like the second team defense, so it doesn't matter all too much. But yeah, it was Mac Hollins and it was Kayshon Boutte out there first, and then Kyle Williams subbing in, and he didn't get a target until Dobbs was in. But he ran a good route. He got a lot of separation. He was open. He was open for 6, just got missed. I have a bag of Royals in the big board too, so man. I wouldn't mind if he came alive. I just don't love him. I don't love him as like an early season contributor. Corey caught 7 passes in his college career. I have not. Have I clicked him once? I may have fallen victim one time. I got the old 0.3 in a BBMer. I got the old 0.3 in a BBMer. I fell for it. We'll see. We'll see. It's still like you have the same problem there. And the problem is Jane Daniels loves holding on to the ball in the red zone. He's like the new Rodgers. Do we chill on Caleb here or do we just lean into it? If we go Mims here, we have to go RB2. I'm going to chill on Caleb. I know I have a ton, due to having the overlay. I know I have a ton of DJ Moore plus Caleb. It's one of my higher owned stacks. So let's go to Caleb, 48%. Maybe not as much as I thought. DJ Moore, 52 teams. Maybe not as much as I thought. But let's lean into the Josh Allen. Let's lean into the Josh Allen pick a little more. Let's shore up the receiver room. Let's get a little more Denver action here. And we'll bring in another RB. Stevenson still look good. He still look good. They're going to use both of these backs, and they're going to use them a shit ton this year. That's the way I see it going down. Pound the ball. Drake may look good. That little rushing tutty. Freaking awesome. Let's see what Stevenson did. He went 7 carries for 36 yards, 5.1 average. You know, Antonio Gibson was running mean tonight too. I wonder if Antonio Gibson gets moved to a place where he has a little more life. They had him on the kickoff opposite of Travion Henderson. Yeah, this is bingo. This is money. CLV matters most when you're able to get unique combos that cross tiers. 100%. 100%. Or if you're able to find those unique combos that people aren't doing, but these players realistically should be tiered in a similar range, right? Like if you can honestly say like London, AJ Brown, McConkey are in the same range, you know, this is pre-Keenan Allen. Think pre-Keenan Allen. Like if you had them tiered in the same range, like why aren't you pairing Lad up here with Puka or with Nico, right? Because that's going to be a combo that is like 1% owned, maybe under. Now with the Keenan Allen news joining the team, like you're seeing Lad fall, which I love. I love. And it's also funny seeing new people to best ball be like, how are you drafting these receivers ahead of these running backs? It's like, bro, because you're drafting like, I don't know, Garrett Wilson in the 3rd round and praying that Justin Fields knows how to throw a football now. Like you have to start 3. You have to start 3 of these guys. The takes on Twitter this year have been, it's been hard. It's been hard to watch. That's why I'm so thankful we have our Discord. The Discord, I can just go to, I can also just use the Coach Speak Index Discord and just check up on all the team Coach Speak. And it's just all relevant information. Same thing with the Discord. Pretty relevant information. But when you go on Twitter, like God knows what you're going to find. Yeah. Look at this route. Here's shout out to this dude, Sam Monson. Let me pull it up on X. We're up in a few picks. Sam, you're getting a shout out here. Appreciate you finding that route on Kyle Williams. Got it. Okay. All right. 2 picks here. 2 picks to rule them all. Trey Harris sliding. Goddard goes. Good. Maybe we do go Dylan Thompson here. Bring in a little Cleveland piece for Judy. Is anyone giving Javonte a little bump with Jaden Blue being hurt? I know that's kind of a meme right now, like giving Javonte a bump, but and I have to update my ranks. So don't pay attention to the ranks. We need a new update. 145. A couple rookies. Our 5 receivers are pretty good. I don't love going to Mario Douglas here. If we're going to go receiver, maybe we pull up like Dobbs. He goes a correlated Trey Harris. We'll give it to him. We're good at tight end. We still feel really good about Josh Allen. We're going to have to figure out a QB2. Maybe do we go someone like Flacco? We go like a Flacco with Josh Allen. Can Flacco make it to week 7? That's kind of what goes through my head. All right, here's the Kyle Williams route that Dobbs just completely. Oh, fake to the corner, beat him inside. It's a good route. Kane in the house. What's up, baby? KLS. I did not fall for that at all. I got lucky. We'll call it luck. 0 shares. Feel really good. We had him at 405. He was almost a 28th rounder. BBM after this, most likely. Yeah, I want to rip a second one. I think we will do a BBMer. We'll see how many likes we get on the video. You guys do me good. We'll rip a BBM after this. Interesting build. That double tap at tight end really feels weird, but the one spot, you sort of have to take what's given to you. If we were going to go receiver, it would have been Shaheed. Bateman. Cup's just tough, man. Cup's tough. I'm not even saying it's a terrible pick. It's just, it's tough. Maybe he's a little better with like Rice or Addison, like pairing him with one of those guys. You're expecting maybe a little better early season production, but I usually just try and find excuses to go elsewhere. And maybe I should be mixing in just a little more when it makes sense. And I do think pairing him with Addison, pairing him with Rice does make a little more sense. So we slam RB here. Stevenson, Rashad White, and Javonte. with Hampton and Caleb Johnson. We have our upside with the rookies. Braylon Allen off at 153. We had a bag of Braylon Allen in the big board. I wonder how much that ended up being. I haven't checked my big board exposures in a minute. Not as much as we like. 16.3%. Pretty good. Our Javante was 19.4, and that was last round up to pick like 170. We'll see. It looks like the Jaden Blue injury is not as bad as originally thought. There goes Ford at 162 to Stars. He brings in Ferg, Strange. He's got T-Law. He's got Kraft. It's a strong 3 tight ends there. Value tight ends. Coleman, Godwin, Golden, AJ Brown. Okay. Well, we need to catch up at receiver, and I don't really mind just going up and getting our guys. Man. Not that freaking Thielen's one of our guys, but early season to pad Rice, I think makes a little bit of sense. I don't mind Jalen right here. It's going to be our last RB. We might just have to go with like a naked Geno. We're just going to make an advance rate click. We're bringing in naked Geno. QBs are going to fall off. Like the QBs that we get back at pick 192, like you're praying Rodgers is there. And if he's not there, you could just be toast. If we made that bet, like, okay, let's try to get Rodgers, we could bring in someone like Roman Wilson. We have Caleb Johnson, like we can get that 3-piece there. But if Rodgers goes, like we're going Joe Flacco for real. Like it stops becoming a joke. And Joe Flacco's our guy. Maybe we should have tried it just because we have Judy as a bring back, but I don't really care as much in this contest where it's much smaller final than BBM. This is BBM. I'm pushing it. I'm going to try to go the correlated route. But 3 out of 12, 2 out of 8, 1 out of 6. It's a big difference from 2 out of 12, 1 out of 13, 1 out of 16. You really have to lean in to that quarterback correlation hitting for you to beat, 1 out of 13 and then 1 out of 16. You really need those correlated takes to hit. Here, not so much. No one might have Geno Smith in your pod. It's a pretty good chance. So I like just taking the for sure points. Where did Thornton go? Yeah, that would have been nice. If Thornton was there, we could have double tapped. He went at 167. That's too bad. We're going to have to bump him up. He's playing ahead of Besh, which we sort of expected because he's the burner. He's going to be in 2 wide receiver sets. Maybe we do get Besh on the way back around. He's been falling. And we've been catching up on our exposure on that fall. Let's see what comes back to us. We're done at QB. We're comfy there. We're going to need one more RB, have someone in mind. We're done at tight end. Just a pretty well-balanced team. Pretty well-balanced. I can guarantee you if this team makes the finals, we'll be the only team that started Chase, Allen, and Hampton. So very unique out the gate. We have the end of season upside with Rice. We have a few of the exciting rookies with Hampton and Caleb Johnson. Just need to get there now. Get us there. Bring it home. Bring it home. Nice little run at tight end here. Jasecki's been falling, and that one's sort of confusing. Like, what do we do with Jasecki now that Fant's there? I think you just draft Jasecki. I think you just take him at this ADP. And maybe you can put him behind like Kate Otten. I'm comfortable with that. But Jaceki, I'm still drafting him probably ahead of the rookie Arroyo. Kate Otten's just like a 90% plus snap count tight end. He's a do-it-all tight end. I'd love, man, Slayton there would have been nice. Slayton there would have been nice, but you didn't want to be my friend. It's like, oh man, I wasn't scrolled up all the way. We're going Keaton Mitchell here with 1. And then that's going to solidify our RB room. I feel really good about that. We're bringing someone explosive. We're at 9.5%. Wish it was higher, but now it is. Now it is. God damn. Why did you have to go? I would have loved to have been able to go Slate in there, but we'll bring in the next best thing. We'll bring in AD Mitchell. We're at 20%. I don't mind reaching up 1 round on him. Doesn't matter to me. We'll see what comes back to us. Could be pretty ugly. There's a few nice round 18 receivers to click though. Noah Brown's back. Like people thought he just like died. So I'm glad because I was mixing him in just a little bit in the big board. And with the Terry news, right? You have Terry falling, right? Like the contract shit, like wants a new deal. Here's one of the round 18 guys I was talking about. He's off. But wants a new deal. But we're not bumping up anyone else, right? We're just, yeah, Terry's not going to play football this year. He's not going to be a Commander. Like he's going to end up in Pittsburgh. Like only negative stuff. But it's like, oh, well, who would benefit if that happens? Like Debo would fly up the board, which he's rising slowly. Zach Ertz would fly up the board, rising slowly. But like these guys would be rising a lot more than Terry's falling, right? So it's very interesting. I actually just like leaning into the uncertainty and saying, hey, Terry's going to play football for Washington, but now you're getting a freaking 8-pick discount. Like, that's the shit that I like. Let's see what we got on Terry. Terry's down 7.5 spots in 30 days. He's down 10 picks since the BBM Open. On this week's Risers and Fallers, A-Rich was on the Risers list. He's now probably going to be on the Fallers list. Quinn Johnson's down. Trey Harris is down. Obviously, Jaceki, Harris, Judkins expected. And this is completely free. This page is entirely free on bestballoverlay.com. All you have to do is make an account. No credit card required. Keenan Allen up 30 picks. This is going to keep going. All right, let's see who's there. D-Hop goes. Pat Bryant finally went off the board at 204. Wicks. Coker went off. Coker got in the end zone today. Fuck. Of course Rodgers is there, bro. I wouldn't want to draft Rodgers either. Marion, Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Stevenson, White, Javonte, and Keenan's a really fun room. Our receiver room's a little disgusting, but I mean, Rice coming back makes this a lot more fun. Tesla got in the end zone for 6 tonight. That's a correlated Tesla double with Sam Laporta here. Very well done. You're not going 9 receivers, bro. You're just giving me Michael Wilson for free with the last pick of the draft. Easy points. Free points. You're just giving me Michael Wilson here. I know you're doing it. I know you're doing it. There's no way. There's no way people are still clicking him. There's no way. There's no shot. How are you going to give me last round, last pick, Michael Wilson? Like, and we get our bring back mini for the Arizona Cincy game still. How are you going to do that for me? This team just screams points. This team just screams points. End up with the 2682. Boring. 2682. Gross. Let's pull up stars. Let's pull up Frank's drafts. Very curious what they ended up with here. Our 6th Husky We're going to make sure we name this one 10 p.m.er, huh? What do we got? It is 8-8. 8-8 live. Blam. All right. Let's pull up the boys. Tyler in the house. What's up, baby? Happy August, my man. Too Cool Rat in the house. What's up, dude? Good to see you guys. Stars in the 7-hole. Burrow and T-Law. James Cook at 31. Damn. Yo, Stars went and got his guys. Now, I know this was a misclick. He said cued the wrong guy. So Burrow at 42. I don't know why. I don't know how, but maybe don't pay any attention to it. James Cook at 31, though. We might have to talk. Yeah, I don't know if you didn't see the news. Like, what's going on? Cook, Walker, ETN, Ford, Wright, and Hill. I'm largely okay with this room. I've been getting ETN at 115 today, though. BTJ, nice little correlated triple stack. No, the quad, the Jacksonville quad. BTJ, AJ Brown, Golden, Chris Godwin, Coleman, Dimey Brown, and Yoshi Voss. I like the Yoshi Voss click here. Looks like he is pretty far ahead of Burton, who played with the second team offense. We'll see if he can hold him off throughout the year, but it looks like Yoshi Voss is clearly ahead of Burton right now. So I don't mind the last round click, and he correlates it. He makes it work. Kraft, Ferguson, and Strange is strong at tight end, obviously. Receivers could be a little gross depending on how much time Godwin was to miss. But if he doesn't get too far behind, it could work. It could work. Yeah, that Burrow misclick. Who did you mean to? Supposed to be Hurts? Yeah, Philly Bills week 17. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, on to Frank. Picking out of the 9-hole. Fields, Stroud, and Tua at 136. Achane, Chase Brown, Demont, Braylon Allen, and Rico Dowdle. He's got a little week 16 here with Chase Brown, his Miami stack. Gary Wilson, Pickens, DK, Debo, Higgins, Malik Washington, Jalen Naylor. Frank, we got to talk. We got to talk. Tyler Warren, Henry, and Otten. I'm probably good stopping here, but he does have the week 17 bring back with Tampa Bay. It's just you're leaning into a Tua, Achane, Malik is tough. I'd almost rather just do this, hold off on my third QB, and either push Tua and try to get Tua later, or you have a good fallback plan. I mean, you are leaning into DK here. You get him at pick 57, which is sick. I could see myself stopping here too, or trying to push Tua. It's the only thing I did different. I like the RB room. QB room's nice. Receivers are little. You need some stuff to happen. You need some stuff to go right in the receiver room. I think that was it. There was only 2 people that drafted with us there. There's a lot of badges. It's a lot of badges. And it was +4 when we went live. So I wonder if anyone snuck in there with us or what. Frank, please join the next draft with us. No, Frank's a good drafter. That was not his best rendition. So I'll take that. Dak, CD, Pickens will be this year's Burrow, Chase, T. I would love that. We got to see how the Cowboys line holds up, though. That's going to be a determining factor. And also, they can't be one-dimensional. They can't be one-dimensional. If they have no threat on the ground. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. I just saw an update on Twitter. Chris Olave's ankle injury. I'm like, oh, dear Lord. Is insignificant. I'm told day-to-day. Should be back soon. Really nice day for Spencer Rattler. And Friday's Saints scrimmage through 2 tutties. 1 long drive versus starting defense and 1 short drive versus the 2s. Showed nice command and rhythm. Yeah. That's one that I was fine drafting the Saints offense. Like 13% Kamara, 11% Olave, 8% Shaheed. But the QBs, I have 0.6% Tyler Shuck. I don't know who it was, and I just was not convinced Tyler Shuck was like 100% the starter. I guess I wasn't even convinced he was 50% the starter. That's probably the offense that I have the least amount of like correlation to the QBs. And I don't know if I would even want to draft Spencer Rattler. If we got news that Spencer Rattler is a starter, like probably going to lose his job at some point. Like the Saints are maybe the most, I would assume that they're most likely to get the 101 next year in next year's draft. So I think there's usable pieces. I wouldn't necessarily like super stack the Saints. I think that's tough. I think that's a tough look. Plus their playoff schedules. I don't know. Those games don't scream exciting games. Jets and Titans. Close games. I don't know. Usable pieces. Gibbs goes at the 3, so I guess we're not getting Gibbs at 7. Puka will probably move down the board even more. I am very happy that we had Neighbors ahead of Puka. Just a little lucky there after we find out about Staffy dealing with his back. But the hope is still that he's going to be available for week 1. Of course, that's the hope for all injured players right now, including Joe Mixon, and we just don't have a lot of information. And we'll just take Barkley at pick 7. We appreciate it. Thank you for your donation. And we're just going to win. Yeah, I'm just going to go Neighbors. I'm just going to go Neighbors here. Maybe in this room we should go CMC. Couple badgeless, 3 badgeless on the back end. Like, let's see what happens. Another badgeless here. Another badgeless here. So 5 badgeless. We'll see what comes back. Kiwi's going to steal any sort of ADP values. Like if Puka slid in this room, like we're not going to get a crazy ADP value here. What I'm worried about is getting boxed out of receiver. CMC feels good when you get like London back to you. London, AJ Brown. After that, it's like you're double tapping RB there, like CMC plus Derrick Henry. You bringing up JT. I don't know. I like the receiver start here. Just a little better. Mufasa in the house. What's up, dude? Yeah, Olave bags. It's never a comfy click, though. It's more so like, hey, I need a receiver. Even though this guy has very similar, a chance. Yeah, I told you this dude's going to scoop whoever falls. Like, we're not getting a falling value. However, we're just going to go Derrick Henry. Pick 18. We probably don't have that much Neighbors and Henry because we don't have that much Henry. So our combination percent is 17%. That's pretty low for players that line up decently. Let's go on this side. So on this side, since we have more Neighbors teams, it's only our combo percent with Derrick Henry is only 8.3%. Very low. So we get a little different start for us. Which means we're not going a late Keaton Mitchell. I got to remember that because he's someone we've been slamming. He's someone that I've been telling the Discord, which this is the coolest part, is when you guys are in the Discord, you guys support me on the YouTube memberships, you guys support me on the Patreon, and you get into the little secret CSV channel where we drop our ranks, usually weekly. Let me see. And I give you little tidbits. And every now and then, one of those tidbits goes wild. They go wild. Let's find her. This was back like 6'10". 6'10". Here it is. CSV Expos channel in Discord. Slowing on Lloyd just a bit. Been adding a decent bit of Keaton Mitchell after the positive coach speak. This is back in June. You guys could have been clicking Keaton Mitchell months ago. Instead, everyone's panicking trying to get him in the 16th. Nah, he's a fun click. Like those late round players, you're looking for someone that has upside. You're looking for someone that maybe has a little standalone value, and he has the explosiveness that, yeah, if he gets 6 touches, he could blow up for a big gain. Yeah, let's do it. We don't have that much Lamar and Derrick Henry. Let's do it. Maybe we get some sort of ping pong action in the playoffs would be the hope. So we can also just set the combo tool to available players, and it will track the players that are available left on the board. And when one gets drafted, it gets pulled. Kittle goes at 33. JSN. Fine range for us to go another receiver here at 42. That's the thought. Maybe an RB here. And then we have to go receiver here, most likely. Like at 79, you're hoping like Jaden Reed's there. So depending on the room, it can start to dry up before this pick 79. Hey, that's the first time I think I've seen Pickens in the 30s. Our Pickens is an average pick of 55.8, and his ADP is 45.2, and we have 16.5%. We smashed that one. See what Kiwi does. This has to be a receiver. JMO goes 2. I was hoping for one of those two, so this is going to be interesting. He goes Tet. I think we're just going Terry here. Yeah, I mean, we have 5.6% Terry plus Lamar. Let's lean into a little slide. Terry at pick 42. Lean into the uncertainty. We get a little different combination than what percent of drafters? Like over 50%. And then I can come here, and if I don't know where Terry has gone in ADP, we can even bring up his trend, which we have every single CSV data point. So you can check daily where he's been going. Started at 28 on contest open, 29 on contest open. He rose up a little bit to 27.7, and then the fall. And the sharpest fall has been since July 13th, 32 to 39. 7-day trend down 2 spots, 30-day trend down 7.5. There's actually, like, this is such a big edge to be able to track player movement. And it's completely free. Bestballoverlay.com. Completely free. Flowers here is definitely poking out. Let's see what happens, though. There's another player. We would go. But I don't think it's getting by this Jeff guy. If it gets by Jeff, I feel real good. Because, yeah, Henderson. I was going to say, this dude's got 3 RBs. This dude's got 2. Can they go Henderson? Sure. But, yeah, Henderson there at 52s. His price isn't going to be there for that long. He's going up the board a little bit, boys. Kyron at 44 after he gets that deals. That's pretty crazy. We do get Flowers. I'm tempted to go. Oh, man, our Waddle percent with. Let's go Flowers here. We're leaning into Baltimore. Man, that Waddle that Waddle percent with my Lamar is so low. Let's turn this on all. 5.6%, and I have 20% Waddle. Very interesting that it's that low. His ADP is 53 and Lamar's is 31. 53 and 31. I mean, they basically line up in ADP. So you would think that you would have a good amount, but we don't. We don't. You just wouldn't know. It's freaking August. Like, that's something that next time I go Lamar, I can make sure that I make Waddle a target. He's one of my favorite clicks in this range anyways. So I use this tool nonstop. I don't actually, people that have the tool don't really use it correctly enough, in my opinion. So like I could be checking read, right? Like Green Bay, week 17. I could already be checking how much I have Diggs. Like if I care about this week 16 bring back in New England. You can check all sorts of stuff. Kraft, 5.6%. Very low on that week 17 stack. There's just so much information. It's just dissecting through all your drafts that you've done. Kiwi's just not going to let us get any value here. I can tell. Was trying to draft with the wife driving is so funny. Shit. Yeah, he does let us get some value. Let's go. We're going Alvin Kamara, 10 picks after ADP, boys. You already know it. Get the spoons out. Get the spoons out. We're eating now. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Diggs goes in the 60s. Some say I called that. Others say I called it. It was always going to happen. The fucking boat incident, though, delayed it, and I'm glad it did. I'm glad it did. Up in 9 picks. We'll see. There's no chance. There's no chance. There's a slight chance. There's Burrow at 71 to the Higgins team. And that's the biggest problem about when you go Chase McBride and you don't go Higgins. That's the biggest problem is you are praying this dude takes like Jalen Hurts here. But when you go Jalen Hurts here, oh, God. You gotta love it. I do like what he did, though. So he's got this mini in week 17. He gets away from the Burrow click. He goes Hurts and Devonta Smith. I think he's actually doing a great job. In the one hole, I think he's having a day. There's Golden. He was never going to make it back to us. Shut the front gate, dude. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way, dude. Yeah. Don't. That'd been. Yeah, there goes Reed, too. We're hoping that one of those two came back to us. It was never going to happen, though. Now we have to actually look ahead. Good post by Neil Orfield. That's so funny. Shit. I guess I'm just going to fall on the knife on all the players that people don't want. Yeah, I'm just going to go Caleb Johnson here. 12 picks after ADP. We're just going Caleb Johnson. We needed a receiver, but it's not our RB4, it's our RB3. We'll catch up at receiver. Josh Downs. I find myself clicking Josh Downs a lot, but it's never because I'm confident he's going to outpay ADP. It's always because I need a receiver in this range. So I don't love clicking him for that reason. So I'm going to try to chill out for most of August. Like I have enough. I like Hawk. I'd rather reach up on freaking Kyler. The Josh Downs click is tough right now for me. Baker Bake with Godwin and Evans. Nice. Mahomes to the Worthy team. Yeah. 4 straight receivers. I like that. Puka, London, Worthy, Pickens. Goes Connor, Harvey, and Pollard. Brings in Mahomes. Yeah. I can't go downs there when we have a 12 spot drop on Caleb Johnson. There's no chance. There's no chance. We'll make it work. There goes Tracy. He should be getting bumped up right now. I don't know about to pick 88, but why not? How far does Mixon need to fall for you to grab him? It's really just on a team-to-team basis. Like, we can go Mixon here and just be done, but Jaden Higgins, Houston, Indy. I like both. I like Mixon here too, but we really need to catch up at receiver. And Stroud's not a bad QB2 to target with Lamar. Chargers, Vegas. The other one was Pittman. We'll see if he can stay healthy. We'll see if Pittman can stay healthy this year. Philly saying Terry McLaurin was traded to the Chiefs is crazy work. That's crazy work. Do the Chiefs even have any money? Like, that would be the more surprising thing. I don't think the Chiefs have money. Never mind what Terry McLaurin's looking for. Sorry, Pat. You need to take another pay cut. You need to take another pay cut. Here we go. I'm gonna poll going. See what side of the board you guys like better. Don't forget to hit the like button. We need the algo to be massaged a little bit. We need a little massage for the algo. Yeah, the Mixon fall stops at 96. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Imagine if he Imagine if he misses like 3 weeks. You are cooking. You're cooking. Imagine if he misses no weeks. Shit, if he misses 4 weeks, you're probably happy. Yeah, and then we just play this perfectly. We just bring in Rashad Bateman here at pick 103. Completely ignore that Kelsey's there looking us dead in the eye. Completely ignore it. Black Money River says, got Mixon at 113. Won't touch him unless extreme 0 RB or in that range. I'll take Jefferson at 101. Woohoo! You got a bag of Jefferson. Me too, though. Me too. Me too. Me too. Freaking August drafting. And you get these little edges, right? You can get little different combinations. Now, obviously, Jefferson JT is not a different combination, but Henry could have almost slid. Jefferson Henry would be very interesting in BBM. Very low owned. Now, you had a chance to grab Achane in April on the back end here. I love using this. You had a chance. Pick 17, pick 18. He went at pick 18 for, geez. I mean, he's still 17.6, 17.7, 17.7, 17.5. Mid-June, you could have been slamming Achane with all those different combinations, and then Jonnu gets moved, and here you go. Achane goes to the moon. And what's cool is we can actually add another player and see what happened to Waddle at the same point. Waddle's in green, and he had much less movement, which is very interesting because he goes later. So he goes later, the movement is less meaningful. So he went from pick 57 to 54. That's like nothing. compared to Achan at 17, and now he goes at 13. That is a lot more meaningful. Although you're not getting like a full round of change. Yes. Yes. Man, Ayuk here is very interesting too. At pick 114. Fuck. I'm going to pass him along here. We're going to go Evan Ingram. I think if I had the Pittman or Downs there for the week 16, I would have gone Ayuk. Let's go Ingram. We also get a 9-pick fall on Ingram here. And that was the plan to tap on tight end. So we have a 1-3-5-1. Lamar, Derrick Henry, Kamara, 10-pick fall. Caleb Johnson, 12-pick fall. Absolute spoon right here. 4 picks on Henry. Neighbors, McLaurin, Zay Flowers, Higgins. Bateman would reach up, and we get a nice little fall on Ingram. So it's like we got Ingram at 103 and Bateman at 114 at ADP. It's like we just swapped these two players, but we didn't risk losing the stack here in Baltimore. Colson Loveland should be bumped up, so I don't mind that at all. If we don't go Ingram here, we're hoping to get one of Colson Loveland, Njoku, or Kraft. So if those guys all go off the board, I feel good about going Ingram. If one of them comes back, I may have preferred the 2 versus 2 with Ayuk here at 114. We'll see what happens. We had the team to go Ayuk here too. Love goes. Yeah, we're going to get one of these tight ends back. Tough. Love plus Scattaboo. Golden. 3 QBs, huh? Burrow, Kyler, and Love. That is putting a lot into it, huh? That is putting a lot into it, sir. I need you to slow down. How much Ibuka do we have? Oh, there goes Kincaid. That's a weird one. Herbert here is interesting. Can we make Herbert work? Kraft is the bring back. Week 17 is cool. Let's fuck with that. Week 17 bring back with Kraft. Ibuka, I don't think I have a shit ton. 4.8%. The dude's cooking, though. I have an absolute bag in the big board. My problem was I didn't really get ahead of the rise on that one player. I smashed a lot of risers and fallers, and that's one that we got behind on. In the big board, I loved it, though. The landing spot seemed muddy, but once you got the news that that Godwin wasn't good to go, Ibuka took off. But, I mean, we have an absolute bag in the big board, 21%. Have him on a couple high stakes teams. Maybe that's a 250 and a bigger board, which is $100 draft. If I had to guess, one of each. So I'm still pretty heavily invested in Ibuka this season. When you combine the two, we have like 700 drafts this year. I don't think he outscores Mike. Mike would have to get hurt. You got to think like half point PPR. Mike is a major factor in the red zone. It also depends, though. It depends. Like, if Godwin comes back like week 6, I don't think there's a chance that he outscores Mike Evans. If Godwin's like out or just like not the same, okay, interesting. We need to find a little Stroud pick here. Cool. That feels good. Pick 138 after ADP. Philly, dude, there's no way, man. They can't pay the man. You already tried that. There's no way, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say it. You already tried it once. I searched it on the Twitter machine, though. You did get me to search it. You did get me to search it. Shit. Oh, God. Chiefs looking scary. 3 seconds. They have to pay him. That's the problem. They have to pay him. He wants money. The dude wants money. Dude wants a contract. Literally all news from Tampa is that Buka and Baker are on the same wavelength. Yeah, Buka, the thing is with him too, is he can play every single role in the offense. And we know Mike Evans is not an every down player. So shit, they can move him all around. He can have a really good rookie year, and I like him at his ADP. I do have to find a way to get a little more. I'm not gonna lie. Post NFL draft, I should be at 8%. There's no excuse. Penix goes. Yeah, I mean, Evans is out there anywhere. I would say it's an average of like 77% of snaps. I mean, even in the playoffs, 81%. I like Quentin Johnson here as the bring back. I like Cedric Tillman sort of before him, though. Let's go Cedric Tillman before. Let's push Quinn Johnson. He's been falling. He's been falling ever since you had Keenan Allen join the team. And Cedric Tillman's just been rising. So not that much. Not that much, but we have a little week 17 mini with Caleb Johnson anyways. I don't care a whole lot. Yes, I would like a second option. Yeah, there goes Quinn Johnson. You would just have a better chance of getting Quinn Johnson back than Cedric Tillman. And if I can't have both, I'd rather have Cedric Tillman, even though it's a week 17 correlated game. It's not our main one. We already have, we're leaning in pretty heavily to the Baltimore Green Bay. And there's two Charger options, although I don't feel great about going Najee here. I'm not going to lie. And I think we can stop here. This is the interesting thing about this team is I don't mind stopping with these two tight ends. We got Ingram at a value at 114, dropping 9 picks. We got Tucker at a value, dropping 9 picks. I don't mind stopping with just those two. If it makes sense to add a third, we will. But right now, Derrick Henry, Kamar, and Caleb Johnson, we're going to tap into RB in this range. This dude's got a 3.361. You got to think that this is going to be an RB or tight end. Garendo? No, can't go Garendo with CMC. Can't go right. I mean, he should go forward. He goes Miles Sanders. I just don't fucking see it this year, boys. I'm not going to be on the Miles Sanders bandwagon. I think we just bring up Ford here to 162. I love the Henry click too, but our RB4 is a little more important than our tight end 3, if you think about it. If you do the math. Do the math. Yeah. My favorite part about this year was just focusing on just making better teams, making better decisions. And we made good decisions last year. I mean, we came in second in a contest for 20K. So just continuing on that path of you're always trying to get better. Some mini changes I've made in my game this year is focusing a little more on who's the better advance rate click, but also, I mean, we're looking at you still need to have that upside for the playoff run. You need to have that upside for week 17. So making a balanced roster of of both upside and high floor. And just like if I'm in this range and I have a bunch of slot type receivers, I'm going to get a ton of volume, like a lot of Amon-Ra's. I'm trying not to go someone that's like going to get me 6 to 7 points a game. I'm trying not to go like add on another like Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm looking for the Alec Pierce type in this range. So maybe we go like a cheap Knoll. That's a really cheap Houston double stack there. It's a really cheap Houston double stack. Henry went 1 pick after, not surprising. Thornton is still going up the board a little bit. Najee, the slide stops at 166 with Judkins, which is really, it's interesting to think about. Judkins and Najee Harris in round 13 and 14. And he goes Ayuk. Okay. I mean, I don't mind leading into uncertainty, but when you 3 of them's not that bad. Round 10 Ayuk at pick 118, and then round 13 and 14. But I mean, yeah, I know we're not trying to win week 1, but still 2 out of 12 advance. So this is an interesting spot. I think I just like Rico here. And this is just leaning into my Rico take. I mean, it could be Eckler as well. Philly, Dallas, Seattle, Tampa Bay. We don't really have anything to split the two. We're going Rico. We're going Rico. The thing is, like, if B-Rob were to go down, you're going to have Ja'Cory mixing in as, like, the change of pace, more explosive back. But you're also, like, the problem is Jaden Daniels. He's the one holding back these RBs. Like, he's clutch. He's clutch in the red zone. They like the ball in his hands in the red zone. Those are major problems for the RBs in that room. So I don't think I really need. Yeah. I don't think Eckler really adds a lot to this room specifically. 3 RBs through 79. Maybe if we're going a 0 RB build, do we need some padding, like 2 to 3 point games? Just kidding. All right. That's mean. 4 to 5 point. Zeus, appreciate you hanging out, bro. Kevin, head of PR, hopping in the stream late, smash the like button and wish the Pounders a happy home stretch of draft season. Let's fucking go. Kyron is 23, Book is 25. I'm a bit obsessed with this guy. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are you trying to tempt me into? AD Mitchell goes 183. There goes Eckler. I think we just bring Slayton up, or it's one of these two. Jacksonville, Sanford, and Las Vegas. I don't even think we have anything to split them. Let's go Alec Pierce. We have neighbors. I don't know if I don't care about having both of them because maybe you can ping pong or maybe you just get a fucking Giants week. And there's not going to be that many people that have like the correct Giants quarterback. Like I can count on one hand how many times I've seen Russell Wilson drafted in a non-eliminator contest. One hand this whole offseason. So, and that being said, we'll just sort of see on the rookie too. We'll just sort of see on Dart. I've clicked him a little bit. I'm not confident. I'm not confident in a couple of these offenses. Like Giants, Cleveland, I started to mix in a little Burrow now that we get some news. I think Burrow's okay. Can Can you guarantee he's going to be playing the most important weeks of the fantasy football season? Like, no. We don't know who's going to be playing in the playoffs. Tyler Shuck's the one I'm glad I faded, though, because a good amount of people were drafting him. And it looks like he's not even going to start the season. That being said, he'll probably see the field. I don't think Spencer Rattler's keeping anyone off the field. Steph, what's up? What are you doing with these three teams? The Saints, the Giants, and Cleveland. Are you drafting any of the quarterbacks? Are you taking the risk? I know Dart's probably the most drafted out of them. But my God, it's pretty ugly there. I don't really remember there being a season where there was like 3 to 4 teams where we weren't drafting really any of their quarterbacks. So those 3 quarterback builds, they're sucking the room out of the quarterback points. So if you have a strong 2 like Lamar and Stroud, other teams are going 3. Like this is going to play a lot stronger. Keaton Mitchell was my pick there. Very interesting. Very interesting. We get sniped by 1. We're stopping there 2 tight ends. I like Hunter here. Also, let's go freaking Slayton. Let's go Slayton. Let's bring in both Giants players. We go Alec Pearson Slayton to end the draft. Just trying to find some spike weeks. Try to find some spike weeks. And then last, I mean, do we need? I don't even think we necessarily need another RB here. I think we have just I think this pick could really go tight end, QB. I lean RB because I think there's a little more upside at the position with a few of these picks that are left. But let's see what comes back. I mean, there's no denying that we get some pretty decent value out of Besh. Week 16 bring back against Houston. We have the Giants week 17 mini with Neighbors and Slayton, but a 9th receiver on this team is just not needed. That's the problem. Let's see who comes back. I'm leaning RB though. What are your thoughts on the Tom Brady statue? I thought it was fucking way too big. I don't know. I got to see it in person. It looked massive, like for no reason. I have some Dart, stayed away from the Saints. Very, very sharp. Some Darnold, but not a lot. Darnold, I think, is pretty safe based on the money he got. I'm right at field on Darnold. But yeah, the Saints, I'm really happy we faded Shuck because there was a point, like, I don't know, a month and a half ago where it became cool to click Shuck. Here's a Garoppolo share with Daniels, just like not necessary. And he has no Rams. What are we doing? What are we doing? The uncorrelated Jimmy Garoppolo pick is here. Happy August, everybody. Let the clock run down on Jarvis Hunter. Jarquez. Holy smokes. Tell me, was there someone? Is there a Ram in here? Did someone get traded to the Rams just now? On this team? Please. Did he have a bring back in Atlanta? Did he have a Seattle bring back? Was there anything? Oh my God. The badgeless are here and they're playing best ball on Underdog Fantasy. Dude, the naked Jimmy G emoji is crazy. I gotta copy you on that one, Smooth Criminal. Dude, last year there was a lot of like naked Derek Carr and stuff, which was funny, but naked Jimmy G in 2025. And it's not a Travis Matthews commercial. What if Jimmy G's who you need? Bro, I can promise you were probably in a pod alone. 1 out of 13 advanced, 1 out of 16 advanced. You'll be the only one with Jimmy G. I promise him that. Now, is he going to separate? Even if he finished QB1 on a week, which is not going to happen. if Staffy even missed 10 games. It's not going to happen. Would he separate from QB 2, 3? Like, it would be like a flat week of like he scored 23.5 points. Damn. I've seen it all. All right. I've seen it. Now I've seen it all. It's early August, August 8th, 800 drafts deep. And we've officially seen it all. Jimmy G naked. Pick 208, not correlated. Beautiful. Okay, that room was weird. There was a lot of badges in there, and I feel pretty good about drafting a balanced team. Lamar Stroud, Derrick Henry, Kamara, Caleb Johnson, Jerome Ford, Rico Dowdle, and Jarquez Hunter, who we've been slowing down on, but we're still above 10%. So, yeah, this is fine. Neighbors, McLaurin. I like this in BBM. You're getting a better price than the first 50% of drafters. Flowers, Higgins. We have the double stack with Flowers and Bateman. Cedric Tillman, Pierce, Slayton. Ingram, we have the week 17 bring back with Kraft. We tried pushing Quentin Johnston. It didn't work. Not surprised. But he has been falling. Like Quentin Johnston, Trey Harris have been falling. So maybe just wait for their ADPs to update if you guys are not certain where they're going. But they're sliding like rocks right now. I mean, you go on the BBO website and they're both in the top 5. Just in 7 days, Quentin Johnson's down 8.5. Trey Harris is down 10. And this is not their price. They're going further. So maybe just chill on them for a bit, wait for them to middle out. But the other things, like when you get negative news, like Keenan Allen goes to the Chargers, like sometimes that day one news is the furthest they fall because of the overreactors. Like, they're dead. Like they died. Like, all right, Quinn Johnson, pick 180. It's like, okay, I'll do that. Like, I'll do that. And then they settle at like 160, 165. And they're like, yeah, like the overreactors, it does happen. So there is still a benefit to jumping in when there's breaking news because people overreact too. People will fall on the knife because they won't be paying attention to the news. And then you have the people that overreact and like, I'm not touching them because they don't know what to do with them. So a couple different ways to play breaking news here on Underdog Fantasy. Live 8-8. I appreciate you guys coming out, rocking with me, drafting some teams. We did a Husky as the first draft. If you guys missed that one. But if you guys enjoyed the stream, you're still here, hit the like on the way out. Drop a comment if you're a real one. Check out bestballoverlay.com if you want the biggest edge in best ball. Promo code Pounders, all caps. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow ripping some more drafts. Appreciate you. We're going to rip some more Huskies tomorrow. And have a good Friday night. Pounders.